Mozart's third violin concerto in G is probably his most popular concerto. He composed it at the age of 19. He was really, in his late teen years, just really bursting on the scene as a composer. His father was urging him to focus on the violin because he could be a great virtuoso if he wanted to. But for Mozart, already the prize was composing. He did compose his 5 violin concertos by the time he was 19. He performed most of them, certainly the third. But by the time he was 20, the violin was really behind him. We know that he must have been a good violinist from this third concerto, which he played. It is just so full of good tunes. You could tell that as a teenager, Mozart's head was just bursting with musical ideas. Each movement has its own cadenza. That is the solo spot where the soloist can show off his or her skill. And it's always a surprise to find out which cadenza the soloist is going to play. The first movement of this piece is just so full of ideas, it's hard to keep track of all the tunes in this sonata form, which should be kind of a neatly organized thing. With Mozart, there's too many tunes to keep track. Sometimes the orchestra introduces a tune, sometimes the violinists, they share them back and forth. The slow movement is distinguished by one of those great, spacious melodies that Mozart is so great at in his slow movements. The third movement is a whole succession of dances. It's in rondo form, which is to say that the first dance we hear is repeated over and over with other dances put in between. One of those dances is even in 2/4, a different time signature. The overall movement is in 6/8, a lilting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suddenly we come upon a dance that's 1, 2, 1, 2. But with Mozart, very contrasting ideas somehow always fit together into a satisfying whole.